since I've been here. Last thing I remember doing here was tickling on the stage. That was many years ago, and the place was much bigger. A few words that I wrote about my mother. By the way, Ariana's the favorite daughter. I'm definitely the favorite son. I hope this works. Those were the last words my mother said to me before she was taken to the ICU. Unfortunately, all of the care and treatment she received didn't work. My mother, being a 1 in a million kind of a woman, ended up succumbing to a 1 in a million kind of a disease. We certainly have never heard of it. But we're all here now to celebrate her life and definitely find comfort in the knowledge that my mom truly did have a life worth celebrating. Who would imagine that a small town farm girl, daughter of Filipino immigrants, would end up falling in love with a nerdy Jewish guy who she met in the college choir? But it worked. It worked out even great. My parents were happily married and in love for 56 years. Not many are that lucky, and I find comfort knowing that my parents had a truly 1 in a million kind of marriage. Who would have imagined that small town farm girl, daughter of immigrants, would not only fall for that boy, but would actually marry him and choose to join him and follow his dream, building a home in a third world country halfway across the world. As it were, that choice worked out great too. Not many would be brave enough to leave behind a familiar, idyllic life in beautiful Arroyo Grande and take a leap of faith towards a completely unknown future. Israel is in the heart of a complicated area of the world, but my mom fearlessly faced the challenges with determination and embraced the idea of building her home and raising her family in a new language within a new culture, so vastly different from the culture in which she was raised. Many idealist immigrants come to Israel only to find life there too challenging. But the fact that my mom succeeded to create such a charmed life for us and herself, despite difficulties and obstacles, is a resounding testament to my mom's amazing resilience and just overall greatness. My mom's decisions and my dad's to have a big family also worked out great. By raising 4 children, Aviva, Ariana, me, and Abigail, my mom managed to ultimately cash out with 8 beautiful grandkids that she adored. Yuval, Ofek, Yanai, Dori, Ori, Ariel, Kalni, and Nivi, all whom got to know her, love her, and appreciate her as their Lola. One of my mom's greatest tricks that she kept up her sleeve, which always worked. In Hebrew, my mother used to say, "Yeh beseder," which translates to "everything is going to be all right." Now, usually when somebody says that, you immediately start worrying. But my mother could always back it up. She was a great listener in her calm way, and even if she didn't have an immediate solution, Yeh beseder was always comforting and reassuring when she said it. 6 months have passed since I lost my mom, almost. And still I reach out to the phone on my way home from work to talk to her. Still I hope to hear or see her at Shabbat dinner or other family gatherings. Still I crave the iconic chocolate chip cookies, which are in the box in the kitchen, which she never lets go empty. For more than 50 years, my mother lived on the other side of the world, and still many of her friends and family are here today. My mother always kept in touch, first with community letters before the days of the internet, then through all forms of digital communication and social media. She never forgot to acknowledge a birthday, a major milestone, and came back to Arroyo Grande to attend as many reunions as she could. My mom often shared stories from the family and friends from Arroyo, from the past and present. I admit that it was sometimes confusing for me to keep up with all the names, but I made it a point to always be in the know in regard to all the old friends, acquaintances, and especially the loved ones. My mom raised us kids way over there in the Middle East, but she made sure that her roots in Arroyo, including families that were part of her, blood related or not, were part of our fabric of who we are. Reyes's doors, De Leon's and the Dietrichsons were all uncles and aunts and cousins, and a stop in Arroyo was part of every trip to California. As a result, we all have a warm place in our hearts for Arroyo Grande. Thank you all for being here to celebrate her life, her kindness, and her never-ending love.